All right, guys. Good morning. Good morning. I hope everyone is having a very, very good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you are in the world, whatever time you're actually watching this video, because not everybody's going to be watching this video right here at the beginning of the video. And before I really kind of get into the main topic of this video, just a reminder, I do have a Patreon. You can actually find that in the description. And if you want to support the channel, I have Patreon. I do have a merch store. You can click the links in that to find out more information on that. Really do appreciate all the support. Now, to jump into today's topic here, and I actually found out about this yesterday. And with the pandemic and everybody being on lockdown, it has caused some very vital resources to actually shut down. And I'm talking about the meat supply. Now, the question is, will there actually be a meat shortage? And I'm actually looking here on apnews.com, and it says virus closes some meat plants, raising fears of shortages. Now, one of the big meat suppliers actually was forced to shut down because 3,700 workers there. There's 3,700 workers there, and 300 tested positive for coronavirus. And that was Smithfield Food Plants. That's in South Dakota. Now, they produce about 5% of the U.S. pork supply each day. So that's a pretty significant number from one plant. And I know that they aren't the only ones that were forced to shut down. There's been others too, actually. But when you have 3,700 workers and 300 of your employees test positive, that's roughly 9.5%. That's a big, big number, a huge number. So one thing I believe that will happen now that the media is actually talking about this, it could actually cause more panic buying, because people are going to read an article like this and say, oh, wait, we're going to run out of meat. The meat supply isn't going to be in danger. So what they're going to do is they're going to do the same thing they did with toilet paper and paper towels mainly, and they're going to go out and they're going to panic buy. Now, I don't know if the media really wants panic buying, but it's just the reality of the situation. And me, myself, I don't have to worry about that, because actually I don't really buy my meat at the store. There's only certain things, but I actually get my meat online at ButcherBox, and I'll leave a link in the pinned comment where you can actually sign up for ButcherBox and get $30 off your first order. It's actually a monthly subscription to meat. The price doesn't go up. You choose what you want, and they ship it to you monthly. And it's all grass-fed, grass-finished beef, or chicken, or pork, whatever. So this may not necessarily affect me, but economically, if they aren't producing as much meat, the supply won't be there, but clearly the demand will be there. And when that happens in economics, the demand curve will shift to the right, and that will cause prices to go up. And some economists have actually said that could be a real thing. It could be. Now, I don't want people to go out and freak out about what we're talking about here. This is just one of several cases where an entire meat plant is shutting down. And I think when I read something like this, I get it that we need to be safe and everything, but we also need to get the economy going again. Because if we keep on this path, it's not going to be very good long term for anyone. And of course, food is a vital resource that we need, especially being in quarantine, lockdown, whatever you want to call it. We need food. We do. I'm not saying that we need an abundance of meat, because really you can eat meat once a day. I would suggest, rationing your meat supply. And even the experts are saying the same thing, that maybe you should just ration your meat supply. That way you're not panic buying when you go to the grocery store. Now, maybe, and I'm not just talking about, the good clean meats and everything. I'm talking about even the processed meats, like hot dogs and stuff like that. Maybe it'll affect microwave food, that kind of thing. I don't eat that stuff, but a lot of people do. And being at home right now, a lot of people, well, not a lot of people, but there's a lot of people, I guess, that you can say that don't actually cook. They're used to actually eating out every day. So that could have an effect too, to where restaurants have a limited menu, and the restaurant industry, they're struggling to survive right now. And even the local governments here in Houston, they're pushing do business with local restaurants, because, they're offering delivery, home delivery service, pickup. Every restaurant is pretty much open for pickup. It could be a limited menu. Possibly. I mean, if there's a meat supply, I can't tell you the supplier for every single restaurant or every single grocery store. Now, I did go to Costco this past weekend, and they were pretty much stocked up on everything when it came to meat. They did. I didn't buy any because I didn't need it. No, I'm lying. I did get some chicken. I got chicken, and they had a lot of it. But maybe this isn't a problem now with a meat shortage. But maybe they're thinking, as this adds up, as cases of COVID-19 grow and it's affecting meat plant workers, that more meat plants will be forced to shut down. So it's not a problem really of there not being enough animals out there to actually make meat for us. It's a matter of actually the human capital not being there to actually supply the meat. I don't know, maybe if this lasts another 2 months, this could be a problem. It could be. And I was actually looking on the local news here in Houston. The demand for food is extremely high. The Houston Food Bank actually said that they were serving like double the amount of people that needed food because they're out of work. And the lines were wrapped around corners a lot. I think they were giving out like 7,000 meals in a day, which is way more than what they normally do. But the problem is now they're even starting to run into shortages. The reason why is they depend on donations from people, from regular people in the community. They depend on that. And now people aren't even donating food. You know why? Because they're worried about themselves not having food. And I'm not saying it's a bad thing that they stop actually giving out food, because when you have a situation like this, survival instinct will kick in. You're actually going to take care of yourself and your family first before anyone else. And that makes sense. I mean, if it came down to an all-out, economic downturn to where people are starving, you're going to take care of yourself and your family first, because the meat on the grocery store shelves probably just won't be there. So I do think it's even more important now to actually open up the economy little by little. We need the right supply chains open first, so people can kind of get back to normal, lives can get back to normal. But food is food is absolutely the most essential thing right now when we're all locked in our homes. It's not a debate. It's not a question. We all need the meat market open. And I guess, for people that are vegans, this isn't affecting them whatsoever. But many people are not vegans. Many people are not vegetarians. I mean, we as human beings, we were designed to eat meat. I'm a meat eater myself. But that's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Are you worried that there will be a meat shortage? We're starting to see little signs based on meat producers not being able to open due to outbreaks among their own employees. So guys, let me know what you think about all this in the comments. If you're new here to the channel, please hit subscribe to catch future videos from me, and we will catch you on the next video. John Matrixx out.